Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2 Unit 3.4 Notes, Day 5. Today we are continuing, once again, our discussion on graphing absolute value functions. Our learning target today is to be able to graph absolute value functions and identify important characteristics. So, yes, Day 5. Dun dun dun. Don't worry, it's not as bad as before. So we're talking about evaluating functions. So this page should be a flashback to what we were doing in Unit 1 and maybe even Unit 0. I can't even remember. Feels like we've been doing this stuff forever. If you know what movie I'm talking about, come and tell me. I'll give you an extra credit point. So just remember, f of x, that equals y. Okay? So let's go through and do these. Find the following values of the functions below. Find the value of f of 2. So when they're saying f of 2, they're saying, hey, x equals 2. Okay? So when x equals 2, I draw my vertical line because x equals 2 is a vertical line. Okay, I'm just going to continue it. And where does x equal 2? Right there. So if x is 2, what's that other number? 1. There you go. So enough. F of 2, what does that equal? It equals 1. All right. Now it's saying, hey, f of x equals 4. They're saying, hey, dude, y equals 4. What do you get? Okay. So now when y equals 4, I'm drawing the horizontal line. Okay. So this is y equals 4. That was my line, x equals 2. Sorry, I'm kind of going back and forth. But when y equals 4, we have the point -1, 4. And over here we have 1/4. So the number I want now is that x value. So we would say it is -1 and 1. And I'm just going to come back here and color code it because I am crazy like that. OCD, I think it is. Yeah, that's me. So let's look at the next one. Example number 2. It doesn't matter what type of function you have in front of you, you're going to be doing the same thing. So find the value of g of 1. So when x equals 1, what do we get? So dum bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. There is my line. There it is, and that's the point 1, 2. So this time I care about the 2. Our next one, g of x equals 1. They're saying y equals 1. So I am drawing my line at y equals 1. I'm finding my point right there. And that point is 0, 1. So this time there's only one answer. So there's my y equals 1. There's my x equals, sorry, not 2. I was writing the last equation. X equals 1. All right. Now, you don't have to draw the line if you don't want to. Okay. If you know that this is when x equals 2, you can just come down and be like, oh, x equals 2. Well, boom. There it is. Okay. And that's the point 2, -1. So when h of 2, when we have h of 2, it equals -1. All right. Our other one, when y equals 4, there's y at 4. I just come over and figure out where that point is. And this time it's only 1, and that is at -3. 4. Sorry, I've got a cough drop in my mouth. Now, I don't know what's easier for you guys. If you're looking at my personal sheet, because I make an answer key to this before I show it and I just make the video, I think drawing the lines is easier. But that's because I'm a very visual person. All right, so k of 0, when x equals 0, what do we get? Well, there's our line, and boom, there's the point. That is the point 0, comma 1. Okay, so 1 is our answer. Okay, k of x equals 5, that's when y equals 5. So I'm going to draw my horizontal line at y equals 5. I have my 2 points right there, and those are the points -3, 5 and 1, 5. So my answer would be -3 and 1. All right, do you guys think you can do 5 and 6 on your own? Go ahead and pause the video and try it out. I think you can do it. Remember, the first one is when they tell you the x, but when they say m of x, that means they're telling you the y. Okay? So I'll help you on that one, but 6, no. Pause the video, do them both. Good luck. Okay, and there you go. You can see me drawing the horizontal and the vertical line. Okay, my horizontal is the y equals 4. My vertical is the x equals 2. Okay, and I'm just finding the points where it crosses our function. Sound good? All right, now let's go ahead and flip it over. Now, on the opposite side, the back side, we're talking about writing equations of absolute value functions from a graph. Okay, so the first thing that we need to know is identify the average rate of change. Okay, that's the A. That's the number that comes out front. Okay, and then after we do that, we got to figure out what our vertex is. Okay, when we're looking at the vertex, we have to change the sign of the x value. Okay, and then the y value stays the same. Okay, well, Mr. Grice, why do we take change the x value? So, because normally we would say, hey, remember we take the opposite and then this stays the same to get to this. So now we're doing the exact opposite. So now we're going from the vertex to here. So yes, I have to take the opposite of x and the other one stays the same. Okay? Hopefully that made sense. If not, we'll just learn through example. So the first thing that we need to find is the A. So I need to go from point and find out what is my average rate of change. So between those 2 points, I am going down 3 and to the right 4. Okay, so down 3 over 4, it's definitely negative because this graph is reflected. See how it's upside down. Okay, so right away you can start with y equals, and I know it's negative, and it's -3 over 4. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be writing in that one because it's too thick. So y equals -3 over 4. And now we need to start talking about that vertex, okay? I know that there's going to be an X right there. So my vertex, my key point that I need to know is that it is 1, comma 4. So how did I used to write those? Let's see. I think my first one was blue, so that's 1. Oh no, the first one was pink. I'm trying to remember what I used to do. So there's 1, and then the other guy was 4. So that means I take the opposite of 1, which is -1, and then the 4 stays the same. Okay? And it's not 4, Mr. Grice, it's at 5. So -1, +5. So then we get our equation of y equals -3/4 times the absolute value of x minus 1 plus 5. Okay? We have to find the slope, the average rate of change, and then we take care of the vertex. All right? So let's find some points. I'm just finding places where they cross up. All right? So my slope, my average rate of change is I go up 2 over 1, and 2 over 1 reduces to 2. It's a positive 2 because it's going up. Okay? So there's no reflection. If you want to, I don't know if you need to write that or not. So there's no reflection. So we have y equals 2. And now we're doing the rest of it. So I need the vertex. So looking at my vertex here, I had to go 1, 2, 3. I went left 3, and then I go down, boom, 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 -7. So I take the opposite of -3, which is a +3, and then my -7 stays the same. All right. So the first thing that I notice about number 9 is that it's reflected, okay? And when it's reflected, I know that there's going to be a negative out front, okay? So once again, I'm trying to find places where our function crosses at an even point, okay? And from here we had to go down 1, 2, 3, so I went down 3 over 1. So -3 over 1 is the same thing as -3. And look at, I already had the negative sign out. Woohoo! Okay, and now it's time for the vertex. So our vertex is -2, +6. The opposite of -2 is +2, and then we get +6. Okay? All right, number 10. Is it reflected, yes or no? Yeah, it's reflected. And see how we're going down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. It should be the same for every single one. So -1 over 1 is the same thing as -1. Okay? Now, when we start going into the absolute value right now, there weren't a lot of times that we saw a -1 out there. We just saw it as a negative sign, okay? It's whatever you feel more comfortable with. On a test, it would just be negative. You would not see that 1 there, okay? So it's however you would like to write it, all right? And let's take a look at our vertex. Why don't you see if you can pause the video and fill that out? Good luck. Okay, so it's 3, 4. I would take the opposite of 3 to get -3, and then 4 stays the same. All right, number 5. Do you guys want to try it on your own? Okay, well, I'll give you some points for you to do, and then good luck. Try it out. Okay, remember, you need to find the average rate of change, and then you need to find the vertex. Okay, good luck. Here, you know what? I'll help you with this part. You can do the rest. Okay, so we get y equals 1/3. 1/3 was the average rate of change. And then our vertex was -2, -3. So +2, -3. Okay, and the last one. Okay, there are some points. And then we need the vertex. There's no reflection. I went up 2 to the right 3, so that's 2/3. And then our vertex was 1, what is it, -5? Yeah, -5. Okay, so y equals 2/3 absolute value of x minus 1 minus 5. Okay, and that's it. Okay, that's all we're doing. Now, your homework, we're starting to review a lot of this stuff. Okay, the intervals of when it's greater than 0 and less than 0 for the domains. Okay, and writing the equations. So if you have any questions, make sure you come in for help. All right, we are taking a quiz on Friday or on whatever day if that's in the future. Okay, so but this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra 2 Unit 3.4 Notes, Day 5. Thanks for watching.